your daughter alone at the border?
I found a coyote and I paid for them to bring her to me. She came alone. It was just the coyote. The last time I talked to my daughter was Saturday.
A 4-year-old girl from Honduras making her way alone across the southern border. Authorities in Maverick County, Texas, raising the alarm on situations like this amid an uptick of unaccompanied minors crossing at the southern border. Authorities there encountered 100 children since Sunday, including that 4-year-old. She is one of nearly 300,000 minors who have been smuggled over the border without their families. NewsNation's Jorge Ventura joins us with this exclusive interview talking to the toddler's mother. Why did she send her in the first place, and how did you find her?
Well, Marni, it was a truly heartbreaking scene, as you can see, when Texas DPS made that encounter with her. And that story really touched millions of Americans. Now, the little girl did have a note with her when she was encountered by Texas DPS with a phone number and a name. I was able to make contact with a woman who claims to be her mother, who is already in the United States. She tells me about the dangerous journey and risk that she put her own daughter through by placing her in the hands of criminal smugglers in Honduras and in Mexico.
Venezuela, mama. Venezuela? See?
A little girl, just 4 years old, smuggled across the border all alone, carrying nothing but a scrap of paper with a phone number and the name Mama Patty.
¿No vienes con tu mamá y tu papá? ¿No? ¿Venezuela? ¿Para dónde vas, mamá? ¿Dónde están?
The little girl claims her parents are already in the United States. We decided to call Mama Patty and find out why her mother left her toddler alone in the hands of human smugglers in Mexico. Patty was very emotional when I asked about her daughter. She tells me that U.S. Border Patrol officials notified her that they have her daughter in custody.
Why was your daughter alone at the border?
I found a coyote and I paid for them to bring her to me. She came alone. It was just the coyote. The last time I talked to my daughter was Saturday, and I haven't heard anything since. They told me that the coyote had already handed her over to another coyote, but I don't know anything else about her.
And ma'am, how much did you pay for her?
Well, normally, they charge $4,500 from Honduras.
Patty admits to me over the phone that she paid human smugglers in Honduras and Mexico to smuggle her 4-year-old daughter into the United States. Patty says she was unfamiliar with the smugglers who were responsible for her daughter and that they stopped answering her calls the closer her daughter was to the U.S. border. Did you know the coyotes or not?
No, I don't know anything about them. I had one of their numbers, but they're not answering me. They told me they were done with their job, delivering my daughter to immigration.
Patty says she's very happy to hear the news that her daughter is now in the United States and is waiting for federal officials to release her daughter to her in South Carolina. But these scenes of young children traveling alone on the border are becoming the new normal.
All she had was a little piece of paper with a first name and a phone number.
And I spoke with the Texas Trooper Sergeant Cardova, who made that encounter with that little girl. When I asked Cardova why he felt it was important to share that moment, he says that as a father, it immediately reminded him of his own kids. He did not understand how a parent could place their own daughter, young as 4 years old, in the hands of smugglers. He felt that moment was important to share with millions of Americans so they could grasp the true reality of what happens every day here on the southern border, Marni. Truly just heartbreaking story.
Yeah, and just one example of many that are happening, that little girl among them. I'm curious why her mom was here without her in the first place, but also what's the status of her right now? Have you heard anything, and how soon they may be reunited?
So according to the mom, Marni, she says that she was previously deported with her daughter after making the trip from Honduras. So then she came alone with a smuggler. He then saved enough money in the United States to then pay criminal smugglers in Honduras and Mexico to then bring her daughter. She tells me that on Sunday, U.S. Border Patrol officials did contact her to let her know that they have her daughter in custody. She says as of right now, it still remains unclear when her daughter will be released to her. We'll continue, Marni, to stay on top of the story and follow up and also check on the status. The good news is when I spoke with Sergeant Cordova, he said he did not see any signs of abuse on the little girl.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.